Next week could be already really important. Two clubs are still leading the race, Bayern and Leipzig. These two clubs are pushing and they have an advantage that both clubs... Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we have to mention Xavi Simons, but also Julian Alvarez, Nico Williams, Rafa Varane and more. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, welcome back here on the channel, and today we touch on several things because we have to clarify that the next days will be important after the end of the Euros, after the end of the Copa America, to enter into crucial steps for the future of several players. But first of all, let me say that tonight we have an important exclusive story. I told you about that almost 1 month ago. Now Rafael Varane, former Manchester United and Real Madrid defender, is on the verge of becoming new Como player. Yes, Como in Serie A, new promoted to Serie A. The manager is Cesc Fabregas and Como are now set to sign Rafa Varane. Will take some days to review all the contracts, to review all the documents, to complete the medical test, but then Varane will sign the contract as new Como player. This project will also involve Pepe Reina from Villarreal as new backup goalkeeper. Pau Lopez will be the first goalkeeper. Alberto Moreno, former Liverpool player, was at Villarreal too, is joining Como, so many players are coming, but Varane decided to accept the proposal of Como, waiting for the here we go as soon as he will sign the contract, but the verbal agreement is in place for Rafael Varane. Another defender leaving Manchester United is Willy Camboala, the centre-back who is going to Villarreal. The story from today is confirmed, is a permanent transfer. Willy was not negotiating a new contract at Manchester United, not accepting a 1 year left on his contract. He wanted to play on a regular basis. Man United are busy with many centre-backs, including obviously Matthijs de Ligt, negotiations ongoing. We know that Zirkzee deal is now done, so focus on Matthijs de Ligt in the next days for Manchester United, but Willy Camboala wanted to play and he's gonna play in Spain, in La Liga for Villarreal. Permanent transfer, 10 million euros to Manchester United add-ons included, 5-year contract to the player, sell-on clause and, important, buyback clause for Manchester United, so they can control the player for the future. Manchester United have accepted, medical in the next 24-48 hours, and then Willy Camboala will leave Man United and join Villarreal with Man United, keeping control of the player with a buyback clause. Mentioning something on Manchester United, guys, today we had many reports on Xavi Simons for Man United, but let me clarify in general the situation of Xavi Simons, because as I told you 2 days ago, now after the Euros for Netherlands, Xavi will focus on deciding his future, and next week could be already really important. Two clubs are still leading the race, Bayern and Leipzig. These two clubs are pushing and they have an advantage that both clubs have been pushing for a long time, for months. Xavi Simons already decided to leave Paris Saint-Germain on loan. Xavi Simons will probably leave Paris Saint-Germain next summer on a permanent transfer in summer 25. So between PSG and Xavi Simons is 99% over. Now it's time for a loan and next summer will be probably time for permanent transfer. This is why Xavi Simons wants to decide his future. The advantage for Red Bull Leipzig and Bayern is that they've been negotiating with the agents of Xavi Simons for months. April, May, June, now we are in July, so spent long time negotiating with Xavi. Bayern have the director, Max Eberl, who is the man who signed Xavi Simons for Leipzig 1 year ago. Max Eberl was the director of Leipzig, now he joined Bayern and is pushing to have Xavi Simons at Bayern. Meanwhile, Red Bull Leipzig can offer Xavi Simons the importance of their project to be again a star of the squad after a very good loan. Last season, they want to keep him, the manager is the same, Šeško is also staying, so they are very ambitious and Xavi Simons can appreciate that. So, Leipzig and Bayern leading the race. When you ask me about Manchester United reports, it's true that Manchester United have an interest. Manchester United asked about the information, so the situation of Xavi Simons, but they did that after they confirmed Erik ten Hag as new manager, as their manager. This is why they are not leading the race, because they started the conversation quite late in presenting their project. But it's true that Manchester United have an interest in Xavi Simons, but the two leading candidates remain these two clubs, Bayern and Leipzig. Let me tell you that another club that asked, for example, for information on Xavi Simons was Newcastle to understand the situation of the player. But again, was few days ago, not months ago, and this is why Leipzig and Bayern remain the two favorites. Let's see what Xavi Simons decides to do. At the moment, there is still space for some days to decide for Xavi Simons, moving on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Then, guys, I wanted to mention another important player for this summer transfer window, and is Julian Alvarez, playing in the Copa America final for Argentina. And then there will be a discussion between Julian Alvarez and Manchester City. Man City never wanted to negotiate for Julian Alvarez so far. They never wanted to put a price for Julian Alvarez. So they're not saying like 70, 80, 100 million and you can leave. No, Man City didn't want to have any negotiation because they want to keep the player. But, as I told you weeks ago, it was in June, Julian wants to play more. So now he's on Man City. They can decide in a meeting they will have with Julian and with his agent whether they want to approve his sale for a specific fee. Otherwise, they could decide to keep the player again, because for Guardiola is really, really important. Clubs like Paris Saint-Germain are waiting to understand what happens with Julian Alvarez. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain don't want to waste their time in a long negotiation, so they want Manchester City to decide soon whether they want to keep Julian or let him go. But for sure, the interest from PSG is still there, and the situation of Julian will depend on the discussions he will have with Man City. But I can confirm once again now that City want to keep Julian Alvarez at the club, so it's not gonna be an easy one, but this discussion there will be very, very soon after the Copa America. After the Euros, it's gonna be time to decide the future of Nico Williams. And as I told you today, Barcelona will not bid for Amadou Onana, the midfielder of Everton, who is going to Aston Villa, £50 million. It's a here we go. He's now on holiday. In the next days, he will return and undergo medical as new Aston Villa player. Why Barca are not bidding? Because they want to save the budget for Nico Williams. Obviously, different positions. Onana is a midfielder, Nico is a winger, but Onana has always been one of the top targets for Barcelona this summer. They really like Onana. They spent months discussing about this possibility, but they didn't bid, and they will not bid in the last minutes of the negotiation because their budget is on Nico Williams. Barca want to go for Nico Williams. Barca want to be fast because they know that the English top clubs, Chelsea, Arsenal, are keeping close eye to the situation of Nico, but they don't want to pay that big money of the release clause, commission, salary. So Barca want to win this race on the timing. They want to be faster, and Barca are prepared, starting from next week, to advance and push on this deal. There is a crucial factor. Barca could need to sell a player, also to make some space for financial fair play. They are waiting for the approval of La Liga. Laporta already said in public that they can afford Nico Williams, so Barca will go very big for Nico in the next days, but selling one player could be important to help Barcelona to be faster in this process. Let's see what happens, but for sure the situation of Barca and Nico Williams is really concrete. Barca want to use their budget for Nico Williams. He's the dream target, approved also by Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick already told internally that he considers Nico Williams the perfect signing. So now he's on Barcelona, but things are hotting up for Nico Williams. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Nico Williams, which club should go for him, also your opinion on Julian Alvarez, stay at City, maybe try a different chapter, and also all the other stuff from Varane, Willy Camboila, Xavi Simons, which is the best destination for him. Let me know your opinion here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, see you soon, ciao!